friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny and I am so not an expert. Today we get to work on clue 3 of our So Sweet Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt. I've got it right here, so let's crack it open. And this time I remembered the scissors. There we go. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, looks like things may have shifted a little bit in shipping. That's all right though. Got a bunch of little pieces here. I don't know if you guys can see them on the camera. And then looks like we're going to be making 2 block A's and 4 block B's. Ooh, let's take a look. Up and see what we got. Slide it out carefully. A bunch of blue fabric. My goodness, lots of blue fabric this time. Got an advertisement here for their Java Batik Lovers Club. If you're interested in that, you can go to their website at www.cottoncuts.com and you can take a peek at that. And then we have our pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and lay these pieces out. I like to lay out my pieces and then mark them with my alphabetes. So then that way I know which ones are which. So I'm going to lay those out real quick and then I will meet you guys right back here so we can go ahead and make these blocks up today. Okay, so I've got all my pieces laid out. You guys know I like to lay them out and then mark them with the little alphabet so I know what I'm doing. Now, one of our subscribers reached out to us in one of the comments and said, "Hey, Danny, how come you don't use a project board?" And that's basically a board where you actually lay out the block and then you can put it together. So I don't have one of those, but I thought we could use our ironing pad today to see if maybe that's something that would work better for us. So I challenge you guys to continue to improve your skills and try new things. So we're going to try a new thing today. So let's go ahead and pull all the pieces that we need, lay them all out on this board here, and then we'll go ahead and get them sewn up. So let's get those pieces pulled first. So the first thing is we need a C and an F, and then an A, and then we need an F square along with another A triangle. And these are those tone-on-tone white ones. So before I started the camera again, I went ahead and flipped them all right side up. So then that way I don't have to try and worry about which side is the right side moving forward. So I have that one there. And then I need a C, which is this one here. And I need 2 more of these A's. Okay, and then I need an E. I think I need another E. Yep, another E. Okay, so I'm going to grab that one. All right, so let's lay out this block, shall we? So, says to start with C and F, which this is my C, and this is my F. So I'm going to lay those out like that. And I'm going to put an A on top of it, like that. And the C and the F are actually going to be down here, so do that. Okay, and then I have an F that's going to go up here in the corner with another A. It's going to go that way. And then I have a C block that's going to go in the middle like that. Oh, this A was wrong. And then I have this triangle that's going to go there. I have this triangle that's going to go there. I have this one that's going to go here, like that. And I have this one that's going to go there, like that. So, I hope can you guys see this on camera? Let me try and flip it over. Since it's on my wool mat, it should spin. So, that's what our block is is going to look like. All right. So the directions say to start in the bottom corner, so let's try that. And thank you to that subscriber for offering up that bit of advice. We'll see how this works out, and maybe we'll do that moving forward. If you have any advice or things that we can improve on the channel, please leave a comment in the video here below, or you can email me at sewnotanexpert@gmail.com. I am always looking for new ways to improve. So let's get started. I already set up the machine. It's got the right color thread in it. You guys know I'm always changing out my threads. I did that before we went on camera, so that we should be all set there. All right, let's grab C and F, which is the two bottom corners. And I'm going to go ahead and pull these up. Now I do have some leaders out here in my little stash here in case I need them. I'm going to go ahead and pull those out. Because, you know, with these triangles, sometimes you need some leaders. So I've got those sitting right here in case I need them. My chair is all misaligned here. Like I mentioned before, you want to make sure that your body is centered in front of the needle. So then that way you are pushing on you're holding your fabric evenly and straight. All right, let's do this. All right, and it says to press it towards F, which is this blue fabric, so up on the top. Fold it over, and now this one's a triangle, so I'm just going to smush. I have a little bit of room here. My iron is still pretty hot. I'm just going to grab that real quick and give that a quick press. So it lays nice and flat. There we go. All right, now we're going to sew this A onto it. Onto C. Just like to make sure I'm laying everything out the way it's supposed to be. Okay. Right. We're going to press that towards the white. Okay. All right. Now we're going to set that aside for just a minute. So I'm going to actually lay that right back down where it belongs. And then I'm going to grab this F and this A. And we're going to sew these two pieces together. All right, we're going to press that one towards the F. I press all of my pieces after I'm done sewing them, especially with the cotton cut stuff because everything is already pre-cut. That way everything lays nice and flat, so when I'm sewing it, I can make sure that I get a nice seam on it. All right, so now it says to set this one also aside. I'll set that one back down for a moment. And we're going to grab our C fabric, this one here. I'm going to grab our two A's. There. And there. Now, if you have a fabric that you're working with that is directional, be very careful on this particular step because we're going to be sewing it like this. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a white piece here, the triangle, and a white piece on the left, so top and right, I'm sorry. But then we're actually going to be spinning it around and putting it upside down in the block. So be careful with your directional fabric to make sure that you're putting it the direction that you want it to go. Luckily for me, this particular fabric selection is not really directional, which makes it easier. I think that Cotton Cuts does a pretty good job of making sure that most of the fabrics aren't directional, but just in case, make sure you're laying it out correctly. Which is, ooh, what happened? Which is definitely where this comes in handy. Yeah, I lost something here. Something didn't jive. Grab this. I thought I heard my bobbin move, and usually when your bobbin moves it's because it's out of thread, but this one looks to have been, looks like something came undone somewhere. Alright, what happened to my top? I don't know. I'll have to look for that in a minute. Alright, so thread came undone, so let's do that first. Alright, and I thought I heard my bobbin move too, so I'm just going to reset that. Just going to pull it out and reset it. There we go. Never hurts to reset it. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. That's better. Alright, so this is the top. We're going to press towards the white. So it goes like this. Alright. And then this one goes on this side. So we're going to flip that over and sew it on this side. Now, because I'm going to be sewing on top of that seam, I'm going to press this just real quick so that I know it sews nice and cleanly. Alright. And then you guys know I don't like to start with my bulk at the top. I prefer it to be at the bottom, so I'm just going to flip this over and sew it basically upside down. Okay. And then this one says to also press it towards the white as well. And if we did this correctly, our angle should line up a little something like that. Alright, let me press this one real quick. Alright, so like I said, we're going to actually spin that around and put it upside down in here. Okay, so now it says to go ahead and attach this triangle to that C fabric, to those C's and those A's. So we're just going to line this all up. And again, Cotton Cuts has done all of the cutting for us, so everything lines up almost perfectly. We've got this little bitty, teeny tiny little triangle dog ear right there that we can just snip off to make things that much easier if we want to. There we go. Alright. Now I'm thinking I'm probably going to want to use a leader for this one. So I'm just going to grab one of these real quick and use a little leader. All the leader does basically is it makes it so that the needle comes down and doesn't catch on the corner of your fabric, and it makes it easier to guide it in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with this. There we go. A bit of a grabby issue there. And then I'm going to go ahead and feed this one right underneath it. There we go. Get through that bulk. There we go. And snip that leader off there. And now we're going to press this one towards the triangle. Now the triangle is on a bias, so I'm just going to smoosh it down with my fingers and then come over here. And if we've done it correctly, we should have a nice point on that rectangle. Let's take a look. What do you guys think? I think we did pretty good. I think that's pretty darn good. Alright, so let's flip that over and lay that back down. And now it says to go ahead and attach the F and A to this block. So that's the top here. And now we actually have a seam that's going to line up. So you guys know we use those, we match those seams up. So we're going to go ahead and match that up. Everything lines up perfectly because it was cut with very precise instruments, unlike anything I do. And right. And it says to press it towards the top. Okay. Grab this real quick. I gotta tell you guys, since I moved this iron over here, boy, does this speed things up. It speeds things up much faster. Alright, so there's that one. Okay, and now it says we need to attach this bottom piece over here on this edge. Now I have got a seam in the middle that I need to match up. I've got these two corners here that need to match up. And they're both laying the same way, so it's going to be a little bulky. And then I've got another piece of bulk over here. So I think the biggest bulk is in the corner here, so I want that one to be the last one in my machine. And I think I'm going to start it this way with this one at the top. Pray for me. All right, let's see. We're going to go slow. All right, well, we got through that first bulk. Let's make sure that our seams match up now. Just going to run that one off the edge. There we go. Perfect. Run that one through. All right, now I need to make sure that these line up really nice. All right. Let's see how we did. And we're going to press that towards these pieces. Not bad. I think our triangle is just a hair off. Our bottom triangle piece is just a hair off. So we were able to match up our seam here, which is good. And then our triangle down here, I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera, but it's just a little bit off. But that's okay. I'm not worried about it. It'll be part of the 1/4 inch seam anyway, so it should be fine. So let's go ahead and just press that real quick. I am not worried. All right, and then last piece is this other triangle on this side here. We got another one of those dog ears, so I had a pair of here. Here's my shears. I'm going to use my shears instead of my scissors because my shears cut a little bit nicer. Just got this little bitty dog ear here right in the corner, and then I'm going to cut that just for my own sanity. You do not need to do that if you don't want to, but I'm going to do it just for my own sanity. And there's one down here too. Just teeny tiny little dog ears, like not even 1/8 of an inch of a dog ear, just so that they're nice and clean. Okay, let's sew this triangle up. And now again, because this is a triangle piece and it's kind of a little wonky, I'm going to go ahead and use another leader here. And I've got another dog ear right here. Chop that one off real quick. And then flip this over, sew that up. All right, let me grab another leader. You can use the same leaders over and over again. It doesn't really matter since the pieces are already sewn up together. I'm going to go ahead and put this one back down. Run it through the machine slowly. There we go. Okay. Line that up. Go slow, go slow. There we go. Hooked it. So now we're just gonna sew it all the way down. Ooh. There we go. That one was a little messy, but let's see. It still works. It's a little off. I think I might pull that one apart and redo that one. I think the bulk, see the bulk's at the back. I didn't realize the bulk was back there, and I kind of cut off my corner, my edge a little bit. So I'll fix that one off camera. But at least this way you guys can see what it looks like. So I'm not going to press this one. I'm just going to kind of lay it out so you guys can see it. See what I did there. See how that doesn't really line up very well. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that off camera because that's going to bother me. But otherwise, section A is done. And that actually went really fast, guys. Really fast. I wonder if laying the pieces out like that is helping. Plus, I didn't make a mistake yet, so maybe it's working. So thank you to that subscriber. So let's go ahead and do the next one then and see, let's test out the next one and see if we do the same thing. All right, so let's pull the pieces first. I'll lay this over here. So we need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. We actually need 4 more of this one. And I take that back. We only need 2 of each. Goes over there. There's there. Goes there. Okay. We need 2 big triangle A's and 2 big triangle C's. Okay. All right, so let's lay this out. Okay, so let me move my leaders up here. So first things first, we need a C and an F, which is this one, and then an F and an E. Hang on, what did I do here? I think I grid too many blocks. Let's see. We'll look at that in a minute. Oh, we need to do 2 of those. So we need another C in the corner. Yeah, I grabbed the wrong pieces here. So I grabbed too many of those. And I need 2 of these. That one and that one. And that one. Okay. And then I need an A. That's this one. And a C. And an A and a C. Okay, so it's basically a 4-patch block. Let me show you. I know you guys can kind of see on camera, but here, let me lift it up for you. Okay, so that's what the block is going to look like. So we have 2 4-patches and then 2 half-square triangles that make a 4-patch themselves. Okay. Oh, I just noticed something wrong. Hang on. This one needs to be flipped. So there needs to be these 2 in the center and then these on the outside. So good thing I'm seeing that. Otherwise, it would have been another mistake. All right, so let's go ahead and sew these up real quick. Let's go ahead and make those 4 patches. So we'll sew this one up. Uh-oh, what happened to my petal? There's one. 2. 3. 4. right, so let me pull those apart. All right, so now these two are the same and these two are the same. Just want to make sure I've got them together. And we're going to press towards the F fabric, which is this one here. So just going to pull these apart real quick. Finger press them. And then I will iron them up real quick. Looks like they're both going towards the F. So that's going to make it nice and flat when we sew them all up together. Earlier today is Sunday. You guys will be seeing this on Thursday. But today is Sunday, and earlier today we did a live stream. Unsuccessfully, I might add. And I had some connection issues in the beginning, which I thought was my internet, and then about 2/3 of the way through the stream, Streamlabs, which is the streaming software I use right now, decided it didn't want to work anymore. So I'm thinking that my initial issues was not my internet, but was actually Streamlabs. So hopefully I'll be able to get that resolved for next week. I know next week is Easter, but I am still planning to have a live in the morning. If you can't make it, I completely understand. But I am still planning to have one just to keep up with the project, especially since we didn't really get to finish a lot of what we were going to do today. So if you can join me, great. If not, I understand. It will still be on the channel for you to watch later on. Okay, so now we need to make these into 4 patches. So I'm just going to flip this one over. Match up those seams real quick. And go ahead and sew these up. I should probably check to make sure that I'm sewing them up correctly, right? So there's C, there's F. And E. Okay. So make sure the seams nest up really nicely. And then everything should lay nice and flat for you. There we go. And then we're going to press this towards the C, which is this one. So looks like that one's a little off, but that's all right. Okay, there's one, and then we're going to grab the next one. Alright, so I need this way. Alright, press it towards C. So this is clue 3. If you haven't seen clues 1 and 2 yet, I'll put a link in the description box below to the playlist. I'm creating a playlist for each of the PMQ quilts, so then that way you can watch as many steps as you can. This one was the one that we actually started on this channel, the Olympia quilt, which is the one that we did last week. That one I didn't start on the channel. I actually started that one on my own, but I think we're in clue 9 for that one, so we got one more left. Iron those up nice and flat. Okay, and then we're going to spin this one around so it lays that way. Alright, so now we just have our 2 half square triangles. Now, because these are the triangles and I struggle with triangles, I'm going to go ahead and use the leader again to make sure that I get the pieces correct. I'm just going to use the same one. I'll grab this one too. Okay. Put this one down. Go. actually use another leader because this one's just not, it's not cooperating today. So. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's see. That leader off of there. That one too. And these get pressed towards the A fabric, which is the white fabric, which is odd because usually you're pressing towards the dark. But since it's different fabric lines, they can't always have the dark fabric. So, all right. Now I am pressing it, but not like I wasn't really dragging my. It looked like I was dragging my finger across, but I really wasn't. Let's see. Smush that one down. That one, and then smush this one down. Okay. All right. Just make sure we have these oriented correctly. I'm going to put that one that way, and that one that way. Those like that. No, that's why it didn't look right. Like that. There we go. Okay, so then we just sew these 4 blocks up together. So it says to sew them this way first. And since there's bulk on this quarter, I'm going to flip it over and sew the other side. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and grab this one. Okay. And it says to press towards the triangles. So I'm going to go this way. Smush that one down. Go this way. Smush that one down. I always like to finger press first and then give it a nice, good hard press with the iron. It just makes it a little bit easier for us. Okay. All right, and then it's just another 4 patch. We're going to flip it over. Make sure that our center seams match up first. And then if there is another seam, which there isn't, we can match up everything else. Let's go ahead and get this going. Go slow. Excuse me, go slow because there's a little bit of bulk there. Make sure that my seams are nice and matched up. Yeah, there. Okay. Make sure these are nice and matched up. Okay, moment of truth. Now this says to press up, but I mean if you press down it's fine because you can just spin it around. Let's see what we got. Alright. Ta-da! That was an easy one. Alright, let me press that up. There we go. All right. That's it, right? A and B. That was it. Wow, that was easy. Now we do have 4 of this block to make total. So we have 1, so we need to make 3 more. And then we have 1 more of this block to make as well. So I'll have to make up this one. But that's it, guys. That's it. This is an easy one. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one apart and fix this one and then sew up the rest of the blocks. And then we're ready for next week. For next month's clue. So if you guys haven't already, go to Cotton Cuts, sign up. They still have a few left. I was just on there this morning to make sure before I started recording this video. There's still a couple of them left. I'm sure at some point they're going to stop selling those because they're going to get too far ahead. So if you sign up, they'll send you clues 1 through 3 since we already have the 3rd clue. So then that way you can catch up, and then you'll be ready to start with clue 4 next month with the rest of us. Cotton Cuts also does a small mystery quilt, which I signed up for, which is one of the next projects that we're going to be working on once Olympia is done. So if you guys have signed up for it, you'll probably make it well before those videos come out. But I want to finish Olympia first before I start that project. But I'll go ahead and get the patterns together, and we'll probably work on that one soon. Alright, well that's all for today, guys. I'm going to go ahead and finish up these blocks and then go ahead and set it in our container for next time. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing to the video. The channel is growing. It's just growing. It's wonderful. If you also don't forget our live streams on Sunday mornings. I'm trying to do them as often as I can. I know that next week is a holiday. It is Easter, but I probably will be doing one anyways. But I understand if you can't make it. Alright. I will see you guys very soon. Thanks so much for joining me today. You guys have an awesome day. I'll see you again soon. Bye!